What's up, guys? Weather Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And can you believe it? The Raid Community Awards came out this morning and I didn't get anything. They didn't give me any prizes, any rewards. Except I guess that there was a promo code. I already completed it. It's just Raid Community. As I put in my chat here, Raid Community gets you a Lego book and some other stuff. No energy or anything like that. Just some silver, I think some brews or something. But you get a free legendary book, so I'll take that. But hey, maybe next year I will overcome Hell Hades and take his throne. And the only way I can do that is if you subscribe right now, so I can up my subscriber count by several tens of thousands of people just like you. So let's see if we can get that done. But as far as the game today, if you want to talk about ripoffs, it's not the 15-minute Raid Community Award show that involved a couple of skits and reading off a bunch of names. So the whole drama regarding the community awards feels a little bit much considering how meh the award show was. It was fine. You know, it happened. Some people won some awards. I think that they're going to get an actual trophy that looks like one of these gold shards or something. We'll see if that comes to fruition, but let's get into the game in Raid today. And like I said, if you want to talk about ripoffs, then we're going to have to talk about this Path of Light. Now, if you're anything like me, you don't have Lady Mikage. A lot of people do. Probably a lot more people don't. Very good mythical champion, of course. Not necessary, but very good. Very good for literally anybody. And I happen to just need this epic, and this epic. And that would cost me shards I don't have. Like, it's actually ridiculous. First of all, is anybody else just not able to get sacred shards from Clan Boss lately? It's been weeks. And you should get on average like 2, 3, 4 a week from Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare total. I get nothing. I mean, I don't know the last time I got a gold shard out of a Nightmare chest, but even Ultra Nightmare, all of my sacreds pretty much have been coming from like Doom Tower, stuff like that, and like your monthly quests and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm just not getting any of those. There is a primal shard event going on right now where you have 2 times the chance for epic and legendary champions, but not mythical. Do not pull your mythical or your primal shards right now. It's a trap. Even though you could get a progressive chance for some good champions. I mean, this was a fusion. He was a fusion. The others, you know, Brogni is very good, not as good as he was 6 months ago. None of these epics are really that exciting. Dudan is okay for Phantom Shogun's Grove. Miscreated Monster was good 3 years ago. Burngiri, I think he could solo something. I forget what, maybe Scarab King or something. King Galkabar, he's like okay for progression in Hydra. They're a much better champs. Manaya, she's okay if you have Kronar, but nobody uses Manaya. She's a bad healer. And of course, the White Queen, I mean, you probably got her from the fusion. Hopefully you did. She's great. Maybe if you're desperate to empower her, but you can do these progressive chances anywhere. Void shards, obviously Warlord's very good. That was my first Void Legendary Champion. He will always be viable. And then Sulfurion. I would love to have Sulfurion, but it's not a 2x chance. So unless you're close to Mercy or you're a whale, I wouldn't so desperately go after those. Maybe if you have a lot of Void Shards for some reason, you didn't use them last weekend, and you are trying to get a Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team going for the first time, you could go for Demitha. I certainly wouldn't go after that guy, but I would not summon this weekend unless you just care about Lady Mikage and nothing else. But we have a fusion coming up. In just in, let's say, 6 days probably. Usually starts on a Thursday, so I'm gonna guess on like Monday or Tuesday there's gonna be a warm-up event where you level up some gear or pull some mystery shards or something. Let me see if I can find. Here it is. We finally got the final stats for Vault Keeper Wixwell. Is A1, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. If the target is a boss, the chance increases to 80%. Okay, so provoke, obviously very good, but it's unfortunately just a single target, it looks like. Is A2, attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. Also increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Then increases the value of all shields on all allies. The value of each shield is increased proportional to the number of buffs which had their duration increased. Okay, so a good shield, I guess. Places intercept, stacks on a target ally. Also places a 60% increased defense buff and a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's defense. And a passive at the start of each round places a counterattack buff on this champion for 1 turn. The buff cannot be removed at the end of this champion's turn. Places a counterattack buff on them for 1 turn. So I guess the main thing is going to be like, is this intercept going to be worth it? Is it going to be good in reality? And I guess we'll have to find out. When people start testing it on the test server, I don't have access to the test server, unfortunately. They suggest that you use him in Arena, Hydra, and Doom Tower. The new intercept buff makes Vault Keeper Wixwell a powerful addition to arena-focused teams. The ability to block any crowd control debuff aimed at him or his chosen ally. I mean, is that more exciting than just having Stone Skin? Maybe situationally. I'd have to see it in practice before I got overly excited. I mean, personally, I'm pretty much going for almost every fusion these days, unless they're really bad, like Loriaka or something. So he's certainly an interesting defensive champion. I don't think he's going to be as insane as the last few that we have had. I mean, going back to White Queen is obviously great in Arena. I haven't used her anywhere else, but I imagine that she's viable just as a general reviver. Let me know if you've used her anywhere else. I haven't seen her used anywhere else because there are plenty of other revivers out there. And then Armand's is obviously insane. And then Estrid, she just came out and she absolutely changed my Hydra team. I will have a Hydra video out this weekend featuring Estrid. I'm going to show you my Estrid build and how she just upped my damage by 50% instantly. Really, I made a couple changes to my best Hydra team. One change got my team from like 100 million to 140 40 million, and the next change got it to over 200 million on Brutal. So I'm going to show you this weekend, hopefully, my Astrid build. I'll get that video out. She's absolutely amazing. Now, if we look at the awards, you know, don't actually know all of these names, but when it comes to YouTubers, I do. Obviously, Ash won an award for most viewed video. I think that was just for like a promotion, for a promotion champion. Not even like his hardest video to make. Nubraids got Master of Reactions. Okay. And then Big Papa Drock, Rising Star, absolutely. And let's see, Layla won for lore, and Hell Hades won like Creator of the Year, right? Yeah, Content Creator of the Year. You know, the typical names that you would expect. There was nothing exciting about it. They didn't have any of the content creators on the show except for Nubraids. I don't mean to spoil anything, but there's nothing to spoil. Like I said, they did a couple of skits, and they read off a bunch of names with awards, which I just showed you there. So maybe I just saved you 15 minutes unless you really like skits. It was fine. You can watch it if you want to. You probably already have. Let me know what you thought about it. I thought it was there's a lot of build-up. There was weeks of build-up for that 15-minute show. It was kind of like getting hyped for a 100-meter race the last 10 seconds. Not too exciting, but this weekend, honestly, for me personally, I mean, there is an Ice Golem Turn Attack event going on that I'm going to try to get the awards for. But I just don't think that, you know, I'm not going to pull all of my shards in hopes of getting closer to Lady Mikage. I don't think all my shards would even do it. You'd have to be pretty desperate or a whale. And the whales certainly already have Lady Mikage by now, right? So, you know, I would say hold on to your shards for the fusion, especially if you plan on doing the fusion. Maybe you'll want to skip the fusion. I think it would probably be wise to hold off and see, after people test it, see if the fusion really has a place in the game for you. Looks like we do have a tag arena tournament starting tomorrow. Those are okay. If you win, you can get some decent Relentless gear. That's about it. That's only... Otherwise, just play your dailies and you'll get it. Like I said, for these turn attack tournaments, basically all I do them for is I try to get the right hand awards, right? This right side here. I try to get the awards that matter to me, which is usually anything to do with souls, or if we can get up to a legendary book. As you can see, we got some gems, we got some points for the event, but you know, I'm not concerned about any of this stuff other than this 500 soul coins, because I'm just trying to get as many souls as I can. Souls are one of the most important things in this game. Besides, I mean, you need the champions, you need the gear, and you really need souls in the game today. As you can see, I passed on the most recent Soulstone event because it wasn't worth it. I'm saving up for the next big one, and hopefully I can get some good points out of these. I'm just trying to get as many Soulstones as I can these days. Because I have a good number of champions personally. I'm certainly missing a ton of the meta ones, but you know, I don't think that anything this weekend is something that you should stress over. I just think that they put they made the Community Weeks Titan event too hard. They made the Path of Light too hard, unless you had a bunch of silver. We do have, and you know, they made the Adventure Deck of Fate too Okay, that's the one that costs too much silver. The Path of Light, it just costs so much. There is an artifact enhancement event starting tomorrow. It's probably not a must do, especially if you're low on silver. Do what you can. Don't stress about it this weekend. Have a good weekend, and don't worry about the game too much. More important things will be coming next week. So let me know if you are going to, if you're gonna go for it anyway. You know, if you have the shards, let me know if you're going for the Path of Light. Let me know if you're the one doing it, because I think it's insane. I'm gonna be getting enough points to try to get these Mortal Soul Stones. That's probably about it. You know, I'm not gonna be getting way down here to get that, just to be able to go way down here with more points. That's crazy. I don't have the resources for that, and I don't think most people will be willing to spend the resources for that. Maybe if you just need one epic. Maybe you just need one epic and you have a bunch of shards, you can go for it. I wouldn't recommend it. That's it. As I said, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. Maybe I'll win an award next year, but the real award is if you subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching Idlewiler Wednesday, and I will check you out again with more Raid Shadow Legends content.